And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 2nd and 7, Stafford. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
3rd down.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on 3rd and long. Stafford. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
34-yard line.
And Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at the 34. Shotgun now for Brady. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. He had a little bit of a turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. Now it's Stafford. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10.
He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
16-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford, and he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the gun, Stafford. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Josh Oliver, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Brady. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Tom Brady flashing the mobility, scrambling there for a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Complete to Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Tampa Bay.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads...
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Buccaneers 14, Panthers 7.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Buccaneers 14, Panthers 7.
Now a first down throw. Stafford gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
First and 10 at the 40.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl. Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
On first and 10, Stafford. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 more yards there and another first down.
At the 14-yard line.
It is a first and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Let's go, defense.
From the red zone now, Stafford. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
Third and 6.
The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Dante Jackson picks it. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. Oh, he sheds himself free. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Christian McCaffrey.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead.
Makes the score Panthers 17, Buccaneers 14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
A gain of
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
1st down.
Wait, 20.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the rookie Jeremy Chin. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your... Look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And some space here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
And there's a catch by Christian McCaffrey, and he plays a huge role in the passing attack. He's caught over 100 passes each of the last 2 years, so he is a deep there because how do you identify him before the snap on every play? Is he a running back? Is he a receiver? Do you guard him with a defensive back, a linebacker? Whatever you do, he tends to have the answer himself and ends up making big plays.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Brought down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Stafford. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's checked, and the ball is knocked out. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something, double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways, but an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Now the Panthers going to use the 1st of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
At the 21-yard line.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. Now Stafford. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And his kick is good. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3, taken about 7 yards deep? And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
3-yard pick.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
It's a gain of 23.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll go again to Jones. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
He's brought down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 38, Brady. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 22 yards there, a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. And a Buccaneer first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 5. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
On the carry.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play.
You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
To throw on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
43-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right?
And, my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Troy Pride. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Not much there, only a yard.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, that'll be taken in by Anderson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Now it's the backup Mariota. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Mariota now to throw on first down. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. And we're back now in Charlotte. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Second and 11 at the 41.
32. Stay 50. Stay 50.
Operating from the gun. Stafford. That's to McCaffrey. Complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 30. 11 yards there. First down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Complete on the jump.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. The 40, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And he puts it through.
Makes the score Buccaneers 28, Panthers 20. Matt Gay to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. A good pickup there at 22.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are a 2-point conversion away from tying up this football game.
But they certainly aren't afraid to dial up the long ball, and fans dig the long ball. And they absolutely needed it, and guess what? They got it. How about that?
And now a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up.
28, Panthers.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
5-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On second and inches, Brady. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Third down and less than a yard.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to third and inches. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And he'll go down at the 28. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Second and 5 now. Brady. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Shotgun now for Brady. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Even though that's an incompleted pass, shouldn't we give a whole lot of credit to the offensive line?
Yet again, time in the pocket to throw. Time and time again we have seen that. And you're right, the O-line winning the battle in the trenches. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bucs on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is third and 11. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there. Gay's kick is good. And it will push the lead up to 5. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
5-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. On first down, Stafford here. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
22, Christian.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to him back.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll look to throw. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
10 at the 35-yard line.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. It was the linebacker, Devin White, there to knock it away. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
32!
They'll look to throw. And this is caught. He hits more. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Stafford now. His throw incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now second.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Stafford. This is caught. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey in the final minute. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Mariota to throw. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
Buccaneers.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. One final try now for Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
34.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Panthers, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.